Hi, I'm Don, Product Manager at Google Play. I'm here to share a new way you can protect your app and your users from tampering and distribution abuse. It's called Automatic Integrity Protection. We're inviting a limited number of developers to try it now in their Google Play console. This feature helps you make sure that what you code is what your users get, and that your app isn't distributed or monetized in ways that might harm your users and your business. One of the best things about Android is that it's an open platform. Android users enjoy a huge selection of devices, app stores, and apps to choose from. But I've heard from developers that this introduces challenges when it comes to protecting their intellectual property. Automatic integrity protection makes it harder for attackers to pirate, redistribute, or repackage your apps and games with modifications. It helps you reduce the cost of supporting unofficial versions of your app or game. Instead of spending your time and energy fighting abuse, you can let Google Play do the work while you focus on supporting your genuine users and growing your business. It helps reduce harm by preventing malicious actors from repackaging your app or game with invasive ads or malware and redistributing it to unsuspecting users. Finally, it helps increase conversions by encouraging more users to use the official version of your app or game. That means more users receiving your latest updates delivered by Google Play. Getting started is easy. Once you turn on protection in your Google Play console, Play will automatically add runtime checks and secret protection techniques to your app's code to make the checks harder to remove. Then Play generates and signs optimized APKs for distribution as usual. The protection triggers silently at runtime. If the app is unmodified and the installer check passes, the user can run the app as normal. If the installer check fails, the user will be prompted to install the official version from Google Play. If an attacker tries to remove the checks, Automatic Integrity Protection will try to stop the app from running. The protection is automatic, so there are no code changes. No developer work is required before testing. Protection is tailored to each app, so that attacks on one app won't scale to others that are protected. Because there are no server-side components, protection works offline, whether or not there's a data connection. And it's continually improving. Your future releases will benefit from obfuscation improvements and new anti-reverse engineering techniques with no developer work required. So how do you enable automatic integrity protection in your Play console? First, make sure you've opted in to Play app signing, and that you publish with the Android app bundle. Next, make sure you are targeting a minimum API level of 21. 21 is Android Lollipop, released in 2014. It covers over 95% of active Android users. Once you've done that, you'll see the option to enable protection when you create a new release. You can also enable it from the App Integrity page under Releases in the navigation. When you enable protection, two recommended settings are enabled by default. The first, require installation from Google Play. If this check fails, the user will be prompted to purchase or download your app from Google Play. You have the option to disable this on the App Integrity page. The second, exclude distribution to Android devices that aren't certified by Google. This reduces the risk of attack on your protected app by restricting distribution to more trustworthy Android devices. To re-enable distribution to uncertified devices, visit Device Exclusion Rules in the device catalog. One small tip. If you want to opt out of protection for an individual release, for example for testing purposes, you can do this by clicking Manage Protection while creating a release. But be careful not to publish that version to an open track, otherwise people will be able to modify it and redistribute it freely. Now that you've enabled protection, here are some best practices to help you make the most of it. Test all versions as usual. Protections are applied to all Play console tracks, including your internal, closed, open, and production tracks. However, protection is not applied to apps uploaded to the internal app sharing page. This next one's important. Never release unprotected versions to open tracks. This will make current and future protected versions ineffective and could lead to unauthorized redistribution and modification of your app. Once you start protecting your app, We recommend that you only release protected versions to open or prod tracks going forwards. If you release an unprotected version, that's the version that malicious actors will use instead of spending the time and effort trying to crack the protected version. Monitor crashes as usual. A slight increase in crashes is possible. This can mean that attackers are unsuccessfully trying to tamper with your Apple game. If you see an adverse increase in crashes that you're worried about, contact developer support and we'll investigate. Report cracked versions. If you find a cracked version in the wild, please upload a copy to developer support. This will help us strengthen integrity protection for everyone. Automatic integrity protection is an easy and powerful new way to ensure that your users are enjoying your apps and games the way you intended. Follow this link to find out more and to enable it in your Play console. Let us know what you think, and thanks for watching.